We are live for episode 8 of the Limitless Range Basketball Podcast here on Ellis Highlight Reel. I am your host, as always, Brandon Ellis. I got my boys, Jacob Perrine and Shane Foley from Total Apex Media. Say what's up, fellas.
What up, what up, what up? We got a lot to talk about tonight.
Congratulations, Philadelphia 76ers, on winning the 2007 NBA.
Is what some people would say.
It's what most Philly fans would say right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So we'll get into that later. We'll get into Mr. LeBron James later. Because that would be the bulk of this episode. Will be the LeBron James of it all, the impact of the three teams that he was, obviously Philly is the most significant because they got him.
Yeah.
But the impact on Cleveland and Miami.
And their chances as well now that they lost out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll talk about that. We'll talk about title favorites, all of the good stuff associated with the move for LeBron James. This episode is going to be mostly LeBron episode, but we have some things to clean up first in the W first. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with Napheesa Collier's return. She returned right before the All-Star break for the Lynx. I think she had a good performance in limited minutes.
Well, when I saw it before we come on the show, it was 24-10. So that was pretty good.
Okay.
In her
So
first
she played
game
the
back.
full game. Okay, I thought it was limited.
22 minutes.
Yeah. 22 minutes, 24-10. Not bad.
22
That's
minutes.
not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. 22 minutes is not her normal minutes either. I think she normally averaged 28, 29.
Yeah. Usually around there. Yeah.
So she was limited, but 24-10 in that time. Good catch, Jacob, because that was a great performance.
Yeah.
One of the reels I posted last night is today on my TikTok at Ellis Highlight Reel and my Instagram at _BLS32. You'll find those reels there. We talked about the Paige Becker's run at the beginning of the month and how the Wings were kind of floating them to the top, and we talked about the Minnesota Lynx a little bit in that too, as in that clip. It wasn't really expounding upon, we expounded about it a little bit more after the clip with Napheesa's return and the impact of it. But the impact of Napheesa Collier's return with the Olivia Miles situation is huge because that duo is probably going to lead the Lynx to another WNBA Finals, I think.
Yeah.
But Jacob, go ahead.
Well, it's just when we were discussing it, the beginning of the month, we were talking about how impactful Napheesa could be coming right back into it. And, we also kind of thought maybe there might be some friction there just because she's trying to get back in her form and, the team is already, doing their thing. It's kind of like when we discussed Jason Tatum's return, we were thinking there was going to be some friction there. Well, it turns out first game back, there's no friction. She's and there's no rust to be found with her. 24-10 in 22 minutes. That's Napheesa Collier for you. She's one of the best in the W, probably arguably the best, I would say.
Yeah, I think the only argument
in that conversation. Yeah, definitely Asia's. I would say Asia's the top dog, and then Napheesa is right there in that mix for right there, runner up, maybe even a close second.
Yeah.
So
I think my top three right now would be Asia Wilson, Napheesa Collier, Brianna Stewart.
Yeah.
And that maybe some days I would have Stewie above Napheesa.
Yeah.
Some days I would.
Well, she's just a double machine.
Yeah.
Stewie is. And then Napheesa, her skill set just. I feel like when I was seeing highlights of that game, her skill set really meshes well with Miles a little bit. Miles is definitely, I would say, scoring wise, Miles is a little bit better. It's just, I would say Napheesa has some good playmaking chops to her, so they really complement each other well in terms of how they feed off of each other. So I feel like that's going to be a duo of the future to fear for the Lynx.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Shane, get in on this discussion. I want to hear your thoughts on this Lynx situation heading into the rest of the season.
and Miles is a duo because I mean, off 22 minutes is great coming back, but I was kind of assuming this is going to be a big three with.
Yeah.
Fair to say, maybe not like superstar, but they have weapons that they can get hot anyway.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, like most WNBA teams
exactly.
have big threes, like Fever have it with Boston, Clark, and what's her last name? The other one? Mitchell. Yeah, Kelsey Mitchell. Yeah. So, I mean, most of them have big threes.
I think that big three, the Fever big three, since you brought it up, right? I think those are legit, all three legit, like they're all in the All-Star game. They're all legit superstars.
Yeah.
I think the Lynx big three is McBride is a good. When you think about like big threes in the past, like you think about like the Clippers big three with CP, Blake, Leon. And that's the close. And I'm not
just,
saying
or just even you look at other NBA teams like the Heatles and then the big three in Boston, like superstar level talent. Yeah.
And I don't think the Lynx is like all three of them are superstar. Like, I think it's like the Clippers, Lob City era big three.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
DeAndre was like because DeAndre was like the third in that. Obviously,
he wasn't really he was like an all-star level player, but he wasn't like a superstar. Yeah. Like the other two were.
CP and Blake were CP and Blake were the superstars. So go ahead.
Yeah, at least in terms of context of when he was in.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same. You think McBride's just a really good player because more because it's gonna be on Miles and
Drew
and get attention.
Yeah.
Set the Lynx are the favorite, win the chip. Just say that I don't know if y'all are. It's like so much deeper just because three of those players can go off in any given night.
Yeah, and you just see like how well they've been playing even without her this season. They just have a good overall team, and obviously, McBride and Miles have been the catalyst for them this season. And you just add Nafisa in, I think it just adds that last piece that they really need to compete for a championship this season.
Yeah, so right now, live title odds, it looks like the Lynx are the favorites.
That makes sense.
They are.
Yeah.
And then the Aces and the Liberty and the Valkyrie fall in
that
order. So Aces, Liberty, and then Valkyries are in that order behind them.
What about the Fever? Are they in that same pack?
Well, so I am looking right now. I wonder if it's updated. Yeah, it looks like it's updated. So Minnesota, Vegas, New York, Golden State, they have the Dream ahead of Indy, and then Dallas.
Okay.
So on DraftKings.
Yeah,
they have.
I can kind of see why they would have it in that order. Yeah.
Okay.
They have Minnesota.
I think I would have that three reverse. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have the Fever at least. I'm surprised. I know Golden State's good, but I don't know if I'd have them over, the Fever right now.
Well, that's especially the thing. So they have gold based on, I think, the odds how they have it worked. It's like obviously right now the Valkyries have the fourth best record in the W.
Yeah.
So it's like they base it off like, okay, they have the fourth best record. Their path to a potential championship might be, not as hard as like say a Fever's path right now. So
they have a favorable path.
That's how they're doing it. And that's the thing. So Indiana is plus 1,800. Dallas is plus 2,200 currently right now.
Yeah.
I think those are good, good value plays. If you really want to put like $5 on it and make that kind of money, futures, especially if the Dallas Wings keep clicking and the Fever keep on clicking.
Yeah.
Those are like reach value plays to win the title.
Yeah.
Obviously, with your top three, that's where you want the smart bets are with Minnesota in New York. Those are I think that's
the likelihood of you losing your money on it is not that high. Yeah.
So one of those three are going to win it, in my opinion. I think one of those three teams is going to win it. Maybe like an Indiana, maybe a Dallas Wings, and maybe a Valkyries can slip in there. I just don't.
Yeah, maybe an upset or two from those guys. Like maybe like the Aces get beat by the Wings or something like that. I could see that happening.
Yeah,
but the Lynx, I don't. But like the Lynx being the top dog, I don't see anybody upsetting them. I just don't see it.
Not right now.
No, not right now.
Not right now, unless something happens.
Yeah, unless something major happens. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one I'm ready to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
who can make it an interesting
give it
championship series is what I would call it, because I still think the Lynx will probably win, but I want it to at least be interesting.
Yes, I agree with y'all. Let's get into the WNBA All-Star game real quick. Our thoughts, the whole weekend as a thought too. AZ Fudd, Brooke.
I'll go with my thoughts on the weekend.
Yeah,
I thought the weekend was pretty fun. The 3-point shootout with Ozzy Fudd winning, I thought that was a fun one this year. WNBA All-Star overall for the game, I would say it was okay. Outside of the dunk, it wasn't really that much noteworthy.
Yeah.
So I would say the weekend, like combined with those two, I would say it was a solid weekend. I watched a little bit of it. It was pretty solid.
Yeah. So AZ Fudd broke one of the 3-point shootout records.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she did.
So that was the highlight of the weekend, was her and the 3-point. Elena Deladon's another highlight. Her performance in the Shooting Stars, getting the Washington team that win. Tempted, like people were like, "Oh, is she going to come out of retirement?" And I don't know if she's coming out of retirement, but
I think she said earlier this year she's not planning on it. So
So it just shows
it was more like a fun thing for her. Yeah,
if she wanted to,
or as we like to call it, a side quest.
Yeah, side. Yes, exactly. But I agree with you. The All-Star game itself was kind of like not as noteworthy, especially when you saw like Angel Reese missing. I hate the dunk on her because she has been better this year, but in the All-Star game, getting blocked by
well, she didn't even put up the shot. She got blocked by just not even putting it up. That was weird.
Yeah, that was one of the weird plays of All-Star weekend, was that block. Malonga with the dunk was the highlight of the game itself.
The fifth ever woman to ever dunk in a WNBA All-Star game. So that's some cool history we saw.
Yeah, so that was the highlight there. Jonquil Jones she won the MVP. Congrats. She became the fifth player ever to win Finals MVP and MVP and WNBA All-Star.
That's cool.
So that was some history there. So there was some good history along the way. Throughout. I'll say this too. I think I like the spice they did with not Team East or eliminated the captains and doing legends.
Maybe
that was cool. I like that spice up with the coaches doing it that way. It brought some competition for Asia Wilson because she was on the opposite Becky Hammond and so it brought some actually personal competition to the game itself. And Asia wanted to win the game, obviously. And, that was obviously Asia's going to bring it no matter what.
Yeah.
But it creates the fun energy, and it kind of needed that spice up of the Legends side of it. Yeah. But I don't know. It's one of those things that I think they still got to tweak it, because I don't know if they need to do what the NBA All-Star, like the NBA game is doing with the
I forget what it's called. It's like a round robin thing.
They can do that. I was talking about like how the points work. How
the point system? Okay.
Yeah. When you get to the
target score.
Target score. That's what it is. you get the target score and like after.
Yeah, they should probably do. I feel like they should go that route too because it makes things a little bit more competitive.
Yes.
Because I feel like I forget who won, but I know they were up by like 20 or something like that, and they kind of just cruised.
Yeah,
There wasn't much.
Yeah, it was like I think it was Team Spoon that won.
Is it-
So that's the thing. It makes you forget the winner already, even though you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Team and won MVP. So it's like you already forgot the winner. Granted, that's the All-Star game. Don't really care about who won the All-Star game.
Yeah,
you already forgot who won the NBA All-Star game halfway, like 2 months afterward.
Yeah, but you still wanted to be competitive and at least memorable for in the aggregate right now for the season.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I know people like to argue the NBA, especially NBA All-Stars. They like to argue about, well, they don't make it competitive or memorable. I'm just like, dude, I can't remember the one from 10 years ago. Like, I don't remember any of these NBA All-Star games. It's just more so like make it competitive so that way we have something to talk about during the season, not so much like 10 years down the line, like, hey, you remember that 2026 WNBA or NBA All-Star game? No, nobody does.
No. The thing was, I remember the 2001. The only reason I remember the 2001, that's the one that always gets replayed in everyone's mindset.
Or the 98 one where like Kobe and MJ were going at it.
Yeah.
Dude, that one was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's like it.
I was going to say, that's...
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Instead of the cover to the Don't Kill My Vine.
Yeah. Exactly.
But Jacob, and I hope that the WWE is that that have All-Star people start to get like back in the day.
Yeah.
Talk about like 2005.
Yes.
Game. So it was like 90s jazz.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
before is there?
Yeah.
Been that way.
It's been kind of like
the WWE.
Yeah.
So you got the point there. I mean, I agree with you, Shane, because like that's the thing. The All-Star games back in the day weren't as physical either. They were just more competitive, and more tightly scored games.
Yeah.
Like you still have the fancy plays, the lack of defense at times.
Yeah.
But both teams
and of course some of them had close games, and like I think one of them MJ hit a game winner. So like there's some, competitive good ones, but it's like I said, the All-Star games are not about like, can you remember them 20 years later being that memorable? It was more like, can you remember it from that season? Like it's more of a seasonal thing. Remember
exactly.
than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of memorable moments and memories that might bring us back a little bit. If you're an NBA fan, you will get the reference.
Yes.
13 points in 35 seconds. That is the reference. Any NBA fan out there knows that reference. About I think 05-06 season.
It was I think it was 2004. It was 2004. It was T-Max, I think, first or second year with the Rockets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Against the Spurs, the infamous, we let them off the hook kind of a game.
Yeah.
T-Mac had his, thoughts on it. Look at the years later when he was like, Jeff Van Gundy was still mad about it after the game, even though we got lucky.
Even though they won, he was not happy still.
Yeah. So in the locker room, like Jeff Van Gundy was not happy about it. I know Greg Popovich wasn't happy about it. So, but we had a similar kind of performance from this Sabrina Ionescu last week. And as soon as I saw that happen last Wednesday night, I messaged the guys on Thursday. And
we're talking about this on Monday.
We have to talk about
it in. Yeah.
We have to put
you
it
lock
in.
that sucker in.
Yeah.
I was like, we're talking about it. So she scored 9 points in 35 seconds to get the win over the Chicago Sky, who have had a disappointing season.
Yeah.
Let's just say this: Sabrina, like when she's easily could be the best guard in the league, if not the second best guard in the league, in my opinion. So that is my opinion on it.
Well, before Caitlin Clark even joined, she was kind of like the Steph Curry equivalent for a player.
Yes,
100%. Because of her shooting. Yeah, so when she gets hot, when that chick gets hot, she. I don't know if Caitlin Clark is the best shooter, women's shooter ever. I think Sabrina's got a great argument for that.
Yeah, Sabrina's got a great argument because she went head to head against Steph Curry in the NBA All-Star weekend one year.
Yeah,
it's why she doesn't do the 3-point contest anymore in the WNBA either, because she already has all right, I went head to head against Steph. I don't need
to whatever.
I don't need to showcase my 3-point shooting. That's why she doesn't do it anymore. I mean, they invite her every year. Yeah. She's like, nah, I ain't doing it. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see if she does one more. That's the thing too. I think and going back to All-Star Weekend for just a quick second, I'm glad AZ Fudd won the 3-point contest. But we need to hear with AZ Fudd in the field, Caitlin Clark in the field, Ines in the field. Some of these great shooters in the field that
since they don't have a dunk contest, might as well get all the star shooters in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because that's the thing about the NBA. It's like the NBA dunk contest. Nobody watches that anymore because everybody wants to see Anthony Edwards in it. Yeah. Everybody wants to see John Moran in it, but they're like, no, we don't want to do it. Same with the WNBA All-Star 3-point shootout. I want to see Caitlin Clark in it. I want to see Sabrina in it, even though she doesn't want to. I still want to see her.
Yeah.
Give the fans what they want, Sabrina.
Yes, I love Sabrina Ionescu. I just want her to be in more of these contests. I know she's won one in the past. I think that in the lore of that was the reason she went against Steph that year. She was the reigning defending WNBA 3-point champion.
Yeah,
and they wanted to do the Battle of the Sexes with Steph Curry. And it was like one of those sponsored things. Really, it wasn't really so. And so I was like, okay, so I get why she doesn't necessarily feel the need to do it. So that's where I'm at with that. Sabrina, that was an impressive feat. And props to you. I think she's going to be the X factor of what we were talking about earlier about the Lynx. And if the Liberty get to the finals, it's her performance in the playoffs. It's going to carry the Liberty if they can get through. That's just how I feel about it, because Sabrina has to be the catalyst that help Stewie out for the playoffs. So.
Well, you saw that this season when she was out. Even though the Liberty were able to, keep the ship steady, it wasn't like they weren't able to ascend to the top of the cream or the cream of the crop and the steadings because hey, they didn't have Sabrina. So now that she's back, she's got to be the X factor for them to win a title.
Because that's the same. That's one of the big three we didn't talk about earlier. Oh, my fault.
What were you gonna say, Shane?
Yeah, my fault.
I'm gonna say, not only everything you said, it was just bad for the injury. I'm sorry, during the injury, it was just Stewie.
Stewie
so
post ups all the time.
Exactly.
So them,
and that's the thing too. That big three of Jonquel Jones, Stewie, and Ionescu has already won a championship.
Yeah,
already proven. It's it would be one of the best big three in the league right now. So if they're all clicking, and which I think they are all clicking right now, especially missing Ionescu and Stewart and Brianna. And maybe Jonquel. You might even throw Jonquel as really, really clicking after winning.
Well, I think if we're talking about that, I think she might be the X factor more than Sabrina. Honestly,
I agree with you too. I agree with that.
Because Sabrina and Stewie could be doing their thing, but if they don't have John in there, they're not going to really do anything.
Yeah, they don't have Jonquil Jones in there.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Every time you say that, I think of John Bone Jones. I'm thinking of the UFC fighter, man.
Yeah,
I'm thinking John Bone Jones, man.
No, it's John Quill.
Double worse is that history. John Paul Jones is the basis for Legends.
Yeah,
Jake.
So you're thinking John Paul Jones. I'm thinking John Bones Jones. Yeah.
So there's that. So that's our WNBA roundup for this week, everybody. We'll have more WNBA next week, but we have to get into the meat and potatoes. Mr. LeBron James finally made the decision
of the last week and this week.
Yeah. So I think we're going to get the schedule now for sure. Whatever the schedule gets released. Count Philly as one of the Christmas games. And I think it's definitely going to be Celtics Sixers.
It's Celtics Sixers. It has to be for Christmas.
It has to be now.
Yeah.
In Boston, I want it in Boston. I want Jaylen Brown's first game back.
You want it in Boston? Okay. I don't know. I kind of want it in Philly.
I do too. I mean, I like it. Either one.
If I get
box office, but
yeah.
But let's get into it. LeBron James signed with the Sixers for a 2-year, $8 million deal with plenty of symptoms behind it. He said that money wasn't a factor, which clearly with taking the veterans minimum, it wasn't the factor.
But when you have the net worth of $1 billion, I don't think you really care about money at that point.
No. And the fact of the matter is, it was the best basketball decision for LeBron, because especially after Jaylen Brown, which Shams came out and reported he wasn't even considering Philly until they made that move.
Yeah.
Until he made the move to get Jaylen Brown, which created let's really facilitate.
Yeah.
So, which sucks for Cleveland and Miami fans that wanted him back.
Yeah.
We'll get into them in a second. I've heard mix of things. I've heard LeBron's going to ruin the chemistry. I've heard the Sixers are the best team in the East. Here's my thoughts on it before I let it go to you guys. I still think the Knicks are the best team in the East, even with the Sixers top, best starting five in the conference, probably top to bottom, if all of them are healthy. But that's the key. No one's ever fully healthy for the Sixers, especially Embiid. You can't trust Embiid to play more than 45.
Well, I mean, it's only Embiid. They used to have PG and Embiid together, the bench brothers, as I like to call them. So because they never played, so now you took him out. Now it's just Embiid. So
and that's the thing too. And LeBron's going to rest as much as possible for on back to backs. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're going to probably get a solid 60 games out of LeBron. But I mean, as long as he's healthy, who cares?
Yeah, as long as he's healthy, who cares?
Yeah. Look, he's 42 years old. Expects at least 60 games, but don't expect all 82 or something.
Yeah, no. But that's the thing with I think the fit is going to take some time, because you got to think Jaylen Brown's going to have to adjust not having the ball as much. It's going to be in LeBron's hands. It's going to be in Maxi's hands. I can tell you right now.
Yeah.
After this move, so the Browns got to adjust. That's going to be a timing period. I think Nick Nurse can work it and figure it out. So that's why I still lean Knicks right now to be the best team in the Eastern Conference next year. Overall, because the reigning defending NBA champions are the reigning NBA champions until proven otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
Until proven otherwise, I can't take away what I saw from Brunson this playoff.
Yeah.
Run. I can't take it away.
I can't take away from what the Knicks did the entire playoffs. I mean, when you look at their playoff record, they only the only team that took them to 6 games was the Atlanta Hawks of all freaking teams to take them to 6 games. And we look back at that, and I always just think, I'm just like, what the hell did they do to get these guys to 6 games? Like, or like even not even 6 games, they went up 2-1.
Yeah, and that's when the
So
switch happened. To be honest, that's when the switch happened.
Yeah, I don't. That
When they
just
were down
blows my
2-1.
mind. That just blows my mind that the Atlanta Hawks were just like, hey guys, you remember guys when the Knicks were down 2-1 to the Hawks in the first round, and everybody was like, yeah, the Knicks are toast. I remember those discussions being had. Now we're here months later. It's just like, who cares anymore? They won.
Who cares about that? Because they had the most impressive playoff run after that.
Yeah, and then going off of your point about chemistry. I'm somewhere in the middle with you in regards to that whole situation, because I do think they are a championship contending team simply because when you look at that roster, they got 4 All-Stars on the roster. Yes. And even if Embiid plays 40 games like he did this past year, I would still make them a title contender just because you have 3 All-Stars outside of that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. They're one of the title contenders.
Yeah, and you got 2 superstar level talent with Maxey and JB. So you're good on all of that. But I agree with what you said, though, Brandon, about chemistry, because what we've seen the last several years in the NBA when it comes to winning a championship, the most talented team does not always win.
No,
I mean, maybe you can make a case for two title teams the past 6 years, like the 2020 Lakers or the 2024 Celtics, where you're like, that's the most talented team. They should have won, Yeah. But like outside of that,
Thunder in 25, really. But
they weren't the most talented team. They just had the best built team.
You don't think that they were the most talented team in 25? The Thunder. You don't think they were from top to bottom?
No, I think somebody else was more talented. I think the Celtics or the Knicks were more talented.
I can see that. I can see it because here's my thing on that talented, because yes, I agree with you. The Celtics were still one of the best teams in 2025 before detainment.
Yeah. And
I think Shane will go and say that too. And I would agree with.
Well, they were the defending champs, and they had their entire roster from 2024. So I just think,
So for the most part, other than I think, I get on paper they were one of the best teams.
Yeah.
I still feel the Thunder were one of the best teams that year. If the Pacers won that series, then that's where I'm gonna.
Sure. Yeah, we could agree. You would agree more with me on that. Yeah.
Yeah. But if the Pacers won, but the Thunder won, best record in the West, mostly dominant playoff run until they got to the Denver series, and then the Pacers series.
Yes, but you see, that's the thing. Like, I just think when they played Denver, I think if Aaron Gordon and MPJ were healthier, I think Denver's the more talented team.
Yeah, and Denver.
So I just, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. Like, the most talented team doesn't always win.
No, you're right.
When you look at this Philly roster, and I do agree with you on the chemistry part, because I do think Nick Nurse has to somehow figure out how to fit all their egos together.
Exactly.
Because, and I do think you kind of already saw a little bit of it today, because there was another report that LeBron was going to take over the point guard reins for the Sixers. So I feel like they're already setting up LeBron to be like, hey, we need you to just be the playmaker. Like, if you score like 20, cool, but we need you to set up and run the offense. And I just think that fits more into LeBron's play style a lot better. And I just feel like, and like I always said last year about the Lakers, when LeBron was the third option, they were great. But when he had to, be in the first or second option, they were still a good team, but they weren't the same level.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that fits more. And I just think they have more than enough time to figure things out between now and when the season starts. And even if they get in the season, they can adjust in the middle of the season. Like, Nick Nurse is a good enough coach to do that. So I just feel like they are definitely one of the, I would say, behind the Knicks for championship contenders in the East. But I just think talent-wise, they should win. they should win the title.
Yeah, talent-wise,
Yeah.
they should win the title.
And if they figure that the chemistry-wise, they're going to win the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too.
Yeah.
They'll win. They'll win. I think if they figure it out chemistry-wise, I think they'll win the East.
Yeah.
I still don't think they win the title.
Yeah, you still think like somebody like San Antonio or OKC? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a New York Knicks team,
yeah.
definitely. I think we saw it like this past year. What the Knicks team can do in the finals against either one of those juggernauts in the West. We saw it with Spurs, and to be honest, the Thunder were, even though they had the best record in the Western Conference last year, they weren't the healthiest.
Yeah.
Even if they had J-Dub healthy and Mitchell healthy.
Yeah, it was Mitchell and J-Dub,
Yeah. So it's like
Mitchell.
Yeah. So they had those guys healthy and beat the Spurs. I still don't think they beat that Knicks team because they were.
I don't know. I think that would have been. I think it would have been a way closer series if the Thunder had gotten into the finals and let's say J-Dub and AJ 100% ready to go.
Yeah.
Like that hamstring for J-Dub haunted him the entire year. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, they get into the finals. Hamstring no longer an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I do think that would go 7 games. I do think the Thunder might win that game or win, in 7. I feel like
I could see that.
I still think it would be close because you saw, what the Pacers were able to do against the Thunder when they were fully healthy in the first finals. I just feel like the Knicks are just the more talented team, and they were kind of on that same level of run as the Pacers were. So I just feel like that would have been a closer series. Yeah,
I think it would have been closer.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thing too, and I'll let Shane go on with the Philly talk. We'll continue the Philly side. Looking back at the finals again, and how the Knicks. That's the weird thing about the Spurs. They were up like most of the series, and the Knicks won 4 out of 5. Like that's the thing. Yeah. Like if you look at the actual minutes the Spurs were leading compared to what the Knicks were leading, it was all Spurs. But and I think if they played like that against the Thunder, I could see your point. The Thunder might win that series.
Yeah. Well, you had the clutch player of the year, so yeah.
Yeah. So it's like. Even if the Thunder were, that's the thing about the Knicks. But that's what I'm transitioning to the Knicks next year. Mm-hmm. They already got that monkey off their back, essentially, winning the championship, and they know how to win, and they added some more depth. With shooting,
and they want to win. They still have that hunger to win. You can see it in how they've talked about their championship this offseason. They're like, we want another one.
Yeah, exactly. So and also too, with the Thunder's mindset, we'll get to. Then I'll give it. Then one more thing. He shaved his head. He got the haircut. He's changed the jersey number. He's already like in the mind, like a different mindset. He wants.
Wait, he changed his jersey number recently?
Yes, apparently he's changed it from 2 to 22. Apparently, according to Dave McMenamin. And I think
did Cason Wallace say he could get 22?
Cason Wallace is not.
Yeah, Cason Wallace wears it, so I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, let me look at Shay's. Let me look at it because I think I heard it from Dave McMenamin, who is pretty reliable. But
I don't know. That sounds like a similar story to like when we were talking about like apparently Cooper Flag grew like 2 inches. Remember we were talking about that before. Like that. So it kind of sounds like that. You're just like, I'll believe it when I see it, sort of thing.
Yeah, you believe it when you get into the season. But go ahead, Shane.
When I see him walk out with the 22. Yeah, when I see him walk out with the number 22, sure, then I'll be like, yeah.
Exactly. Okay. At least try to keep it real podcasts. All aspects of my life. A lot of people are talking about quote unquote breaking the chemistry.
Yeah.
to take like passes 5 times and did that. They're in the hand player team.
Yeah.
And beat or Max, and it certainly would be
Yeah.
the ball. He's going to do
Yeah.
so different if it was a different team. Like
Yeah.
Making role because you can't have players. You can't.
Yeah. Well, they would try.
I'm not
Well,
even saying this to Roche.
Yeah. Nope. Oh, Shane. Okay, yeah, I saw it. But can I jump in real quick? Comment.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, in terms of the playmaking thing, the reason they're probably divvying it out to LeBron is because you saw last year, like even though Maxey is he's a capable playmaker, he's more of a scoring level guard than anything else. So like if he's like, if I got to worry about getting 7-8 assists and making sure everybody's in their spot, then obviously that's going to be a bit of a conflict because I'm trying out here to get 30. So that's more, it fits more of his play style. He could just focus on scoring. So yeah.
So apparently I found I'm finding it's. Oh, go ahead, Shane. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. So the thing about Maxey is he like it from him if he would try to pick they don't have to. I just mean like when the 76ers play they have 3. It's Max go to the hole, Maxey to 3, or V to
yeah, or a pick and roll, or an MB pick and roll
would be a detriment. So that would be except those plays are because of who's doing it. So I think another shooter. They need someone who's going to be able to running, but it's not going to be like Greg Popovich Spurs like totally analytical like figure out like it's going to be like
yeah. I think it will be a struggle at first for them. I do think they will struggle at the beginning of the season just because you have all these high usage players coming in and you're just like, well, there's only one basketball, so who's going to get this? Like, and I think a lot of it is they might be overpassing at the beginning of the season and you're just like, oh, no. I don't want to shoot it, Brown, you shoot it. Or no. I don't want to shoot it. Give it to Tyrese or give it to Joel. Like, it's just like, I feel like there's going to be friction there for a second. And I think Nick Nurse is, like I said, a good enough coach where he's going to figure that out.
Yeah.
So he's going to put a system in place to figure, to really, that highlights everybody's strength.
If I can't really.
Yeah, go ahead, Shane.
Yeah. About the 76, because you were talking about.
Yes.
I know what bad teams are going to be in the NBA because I think that level.
Yeah.
After the. If they're playing a bad team, because should be a lot of these teams.
Oh, look, they're in their prime. They're young. They got young legs, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just let
them. Yeah. I could see that. Well, I mean, they already kind of do it anyways. Like, if you're playing Brooklyn, you're just like, oh, the Nuggets are playing Brooklyn. Hey, Jokic, you want to sit out this game? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's not like we need this win. It's not like we're facing a hard hitting, really tough team.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So the rest out of it.
Yeah.
What
were you gonna say, Brandon?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's the delay. It's technology, man. I get it.
Yeah.
So I was going to go ahead and go real quick before I give it back to you.
Did you find that thing about Shea's number?
Yes, I was going to mention that. So it is apparently an online rumor. I don't know why I don't know why they said it on the broadcast that night. I remember watching the Thunder game and they were talking about it, and I was like, I know he cut his hair. I know that's true.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
I know that's true. But the jersey number, I'm not sure if the jersey number is true, Dave. But I mean, sometimes David Menman does those.
Oh, look, these analysts on TV now are, on social media too, so they'll see it and they'll just be like, "Oh, I think that's true." Like they gotta say it, so I understand it. As a fan, sometimes I fall into that hole too.
Yeah, so I think that's something that we don't know for sure yet, But I do like Shane's point about the rest side of it and what he was going into. That conversation was great. And that's the thing about the Sixers. They're gonna have to adjust the rest and rust times and of these guys and the chemistry, like I said earlier. And Nick Nurse is experienced enough to do that. Now, with that comes pressure on the head coach. I think this is a must-win year, a much successful year. For Nick Nurse. I don't know if they win the title. I don't know if it's win the title or he's fired like a Thibodeau situation to Mike Brown. I don't know if it's that kind of situation.
Yeah.
And like New York. But I think they have to get to the East, past the Eastern Conference Finals. Minimum Eastern Conference Finals. Minimum.
Yeah.
If they don't get that, I think Nick Nurse is gone. For sure.
Yeah.
I think he's gone. If they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think he's safe. But there's a chance he could get gone, like if they want to pull the trigger. Like
I want to get your guys' opinion on this because I've been thinking about it for a minute since LeBron went to Philly. So, obviously we talk about all-time teams on this podcast a lot. I want to get your guys' opinion. Do you think, especially just from a roster perspective, obviously we don't know anything about this team yet because they haven't played a single game. Right. But from a roster perspective, is this one of the best Sixers teams ever?
I like where you're going with that. That's Sixers teams.
Because obviously they haven't played a game yet, but from a talent perspective, you look at this team, you just go, yeah, that's one of them.
So go ahead. You go, Shane. Give me some time to think about that.
Yeah, because if you need time to change. I think they're at least a top 3.
Yeah.
Team just because one of the best 6 had Allen Iverson and 4 other world.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. The finals team from 2001. Yeah.
So Allen Iverson's one of my all-time.
Yeah.
This is an all-time roster from that perspective.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Another strong thing that competitors would be with that.
Yeah.
And maybe even the early Wilt Chamberlain year that.
Yeah.
Or maybe we could just do this recent era. Or maybe we could just do this recent era with Joel Embiid. We could do the 19 team that lost in 7 to the Raptors that had Jimmy Butler, Joel, Ben Simmons, and Tobias Harris. So
and JJ Redick.
Yeah. JJ was on there too. Yeah. Dude, that was a freaking great team. But unfortunately, they ran into the claw.
My thing is. Yeah.
So I feel like that team is definitely within that top 5, 4-ish, even though they didn't get to an Eastern Conference Finals from a talent perspective. Like, dude.
Yeah. So I would have talent. I wouldn't have the 01 Sixers, the 2000, 2001, I was Iverson MVP season as a talent, like Shane saying. But I do have them as one of my top Sixers teams of all time.
Yeah, top 5.
Because of the team itself and how everyone fit in around Allen.
Yeah. And look, they went to the finals. It was like the first time in forever. So,
Yeah. So I would have that 2000, 2001 Sixers team in my top 3 all-time teams for the Sixers. But not talent-wise, but you get the point. It's still one of the top.
And then I think from that point on, when you think of it, I think it's just all of the 80s Sixers teams that had Dr. J and Moses. Like even the 80 team that lost to the Lakers, like that team with Cheeks and Dr. J still there. I mean, that's one of the greatest teams ever. And then I would say their first championship team, but their first championship team came back in the 60s when they had Wilt. And it was kind of just Wilt and friends. So I don't really remember.
I wouldn't count the 60s era Sixers. I would say in that, I would think 80, 81, 83, and then 2000, 2001. Those are the 4 getting with this team. And that all time, and then 19 as well. That's another like Jacob brought up.
The new era one,
the new era one. But I would, thinking about it, they would have to prove it on the court to me first to get into that, and they would have to prove it.
I feel from a talent perspective, top 5. But like you said, like if you wanted to like really crack that top 5, it's got to be like this season. Like if they get to a finals, absolutely,
yes.
But outside of that,
no, because there's a lot of
let's say that I'm not letting anybody down. Let's do two Lakers because team was and Dwight Howard. They didn't do anything, but like
no, Steve, because that season for the Lakers, Nash had his back thing. He only played, or no, he had a leg injury and then he had a back injury.
On
top of that, like he missed.
And then Kobe.
Well, he only played like 3 games to start, and then had that leg injury that took him out for like a month, and a half, and then he came back, had the back thing. Dwight had his shoulder injury stuff too, so he was limited to like 50 something games. And then Kobe tore his Achilles towards the end.
And Kobe tore his Achilles at the end of that season. Which really ruined any chance of making a run in the postseason. So that's where that stands. And I would agree with that's a good point to bring up, Shane, because this Sixers team could be that overhyped Lakers 2013 team. Very easily if it goes awry and Philly fans can turn on them. Because that's what the Lakers fans were doing that season too. To be 100% honest, like that season was all Lakers, hate.
And then the result and we know how Philly fans are. So
exactly.
Actually,
as 2 of us are Eagles fans, so.
I agree. I also agree with your point. Such pressure. The owner is going to look at that roster and say, as a champion, why did you be a championship? And you could almost say the same for the fans. They will be LeBron came here and we have at least
or NBA finals. I feel like for them, like if I'm the owner, obviously you have high expectations of your team, but I would also be like, Nick, you got to get us to a finals. We got to get to the first finals in like 20 something years. Like this, we have to end this drought with this team. So I feel like, to that point.
I mean, that's the thing. It's a lot of pressure on Nick Nurse this year.
Oh.
I want to ask y'all this. Do we agree they Eastern Conference Finals lose, that nurse should keep it.
I agree.
If it's a competitive series, sure. Yeah. Like if they get to the Eastern Finals and come up short against New York in like 6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
it has to be competitive. It just has to be competitive.
Yeah. To like Cleveland, or maybe
I don't think he's going to lose to Cleveland. I just think it's definitely going to either be New York or Miami. I feel like that's the only 2 teams out in the East that have that shot to get there. And
I think Indiana has a dark horse shot. I think the Pacers have a dark horse shot.
Pacers? Oh yeah, Pacers too. Yeah. Because Tyrese is coming back. I forgot.
Mm-hmm. So now here's my like Washington.
Oh God.
You like?
Well, I think that's getting too. That's too kind of hypotheticals for them. And I think it's funny that you didn't bring up Washington in there, but as a Wizards fan, I understand why. But I just think from a realistic standpoint, I just don't see those other teams. I think it's literally just going to be New York and maybe Miami.
Maybe Miami, maybe Indiana.
Yeah.
I think Indiana has the pedigree of making that run.
Yeah. They're going to be hungry to make that run again with Tyrese after this last season.
And Zubac's coming off of not a Zubac type season. I think there's a chance Indiana makes some noise. I'll see that. Even though they're not on paper one of the top 3, top 4 teams in the Eastern
Conference.
Look,
they still have their pretty much the same team they had from the finals run, minus, obviously Zubac is replacing Miles Turner. But I just feel like
Mathurin either. They don't have Ben and Mathurin who.
They don't have Mathurin either. But they still have a good bench unit because they still have McConnell. They still have Shepard.
Yep.
I just feel like they still have a really strong team, and even though Zubac, I know a lot of people have been discussing Zubac, the difference between Zubac, like Miles Turner obviously is a better offensive player because of his shooting capabilities. Right. But I just feel like Zubac is so much. He's on par defensively with Turner. And I just feel like that is where he makes the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And then on the offensive rebounding part too, he's a great rebounder. Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it in other sports where a coach will get a roster that's unbelievably talented. They're immediately on the hot seat because they now have.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, like 7 games. Now, exactly. Game for that. But if they lose to a team, it'd be a reckoning. And I don't think really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I was owning the team, I'd say no matter here. But just because
I think one thing we forgot a bit of context for the Lakers comparison. Yeah. Because I just remembered it. I remember Mike Brown got fired like the first 5 games.
Yes.
Yeah. And then it was Mike D'Antoni who came in and took over. So they were kind of just screwed from the beginning there. Yeah,
that was that year.
That. Yeah.
That was a big context, and that could happen. That could happen. And this, if the Sixers get off to that kind of a slow start.
Yeah. We can see it but I don't know about 5 games slow start, but like in terms of like if we're like 30 games in, they're just like if they're like 15-15, you're just like, hey Nick,
they might pull the trigger.
They
might do it, which would be that's the crazy thing about the move for LeBron. And like Windhorst said, this is the most interesting move that LeBron could have done.
Yeah.
The other two like are sentimental to
they're comfort. Those are comfort picks.
Yeah. Like going back to home for the 3rd time, like playing for Cleveland for the 3rd time.
Or going to Miami for a 2nd time. Yeah.
So And we have to talk about, speaking of Miami, we have to talk about the introductory press conference video that screw up that the social team had.
Yeah, that intern, that poor intern, man.
He leaked it. He leaked it.
Apparently, the report was apparently he did it. He created it in advance in case, and I think he accidentally posted it and then went on vacation. Yeah. Like he accidentally left it in there before he went on vacation. He was like, "Oh no, oh god."
Yeah, and a poor intern. He probably got fired
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they probably called him because he was on vacation. They probably called him, and they're just like, "Yeah, you might want to extend that vacation, big dog, because you ain't on this team no more."
Yeah, you're done. You're done. You're done. It's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's so. Let's get to Miami since I brought up the press conference not food.
Yeah.
The Miami repercussions. Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah,
repercussions is the word I was looking for. Everybody.
Yeah.
For not again, LeBron James. Obviously, I think we were talking about it while when we mentioned Miami as an option. I don't think Giannis and LeBron, I think Jaylen Brown can fit with LeBron James. I don't think Giannis Antetokounmpo can fit with LeBron James.
Yeah.
As much as we would love to see Giannis Antetokounmpo and LeBron James play together, I think they're just too similar of a player. Even though LeBron's a better shooter, I think those two guys are too similar ball dominant.
Well, Giannis is just too ball dominant. He loves having the ball in his hand, so it'd be hard for him to take it out.
Yeah. So
he loves getting, and even though I think from a playmaking perspective, if it would have worked, I think it would have been similar to AD.
Yeah.
Because that first season with AD, LeBron led the league in assists, and he was, deferring to him a lot and throwing him lobs and all that. But I just feel like AD was already sort of that kind of player, whereas Giannis loves having the ball in his hands. He's averaged 30 for 6 years straight, so of course he loves having the ball in. I just don't see him wanting to relinquish that usage.
Yeah, the usage for Giannis is too much.
Yeah.
It's like the Luka Doncic kind of a thing, and LeBron made that Luka Doncic thing work because the Lakers told LeBron, it's Luka's team.
It's Luka's team. You gotta be he's got to defer to you, not the other way around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think with the situation now that they have in Philly, they're kind of catering to LeBron and a mixture of LeBron, Jaylen Brown,
and
then maybe Joel in there too. Even though Joel and Maxey recruited LeBron, it's a weird dichotomy. That's who is the alpha on the team?
Yeah.
Who's the Batman, who's the Robin, and who's the other characters in that situation?
Yeah, who wants the hand on the wheel with when everything's going rough? Yeah,
exactly. So that's the Sixers side of it that they're gonna have to figure out, like we talked about ad nauseum this episode. The Miami side of it, I think it would have been easier to figure out.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it would have been not the greatest to figure out.
And then going off to that point, the Cleveland one, he would have fit in. The Cleveland one would have been the best option for him if he wanted to take more money, but still keep his role on the team secure.
Yeah.
Where he still gets his touches a lot and things like that. But I feel like when we talk about ranking the fits for each team, Cleveland would have been the clear-cut second to Philly, because we talked about it last week. I said Philly was the best fit for play style, and then second would be Cleveland, a close second, but obviously he'd have a lot more control because it would just be D. Mitch and Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, so he wouldn't have to worry about touches on that.
No, he wouldn't have to worry about touch.
I
think Mitchell would be the Batman, LeBron would be the Robin, and LeBron would be fine with that. At this point, his career,
it'd be like a D Wade sort of dynamic because D Mitch is a very similar game, so it'd be kind of like that, and it already worked. Obviously, LeBron's not in his prime anymore, so it's not like 1-to-1, but
and also D Wade took the back seat. In Miami.
Yeah.
LeBron was the alpha. D Wade was technically the Robin.
Well, I think after their first season, I think is when D Wade relinquished the reins.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
because like you saw it definitely in the 2011 finals, it was more like LeBron was not very happy with because the reports were Eric Spoelstra was deferring to D Wade more than LeBron, and LeBron really didn't like that. So I think you saw when they were able to really win that championships is because D Wade, we need LeBron. He's the prime guy here. He's the top dog. So
and D Wade admits it. You know, D Wade admitted it. Like anytime they talk about those Heatles teams, D Wade admit I was the one that felt like I had to make the switch. Myself, because it's to let LeBron
I mean, when you have the clear-cut best player in the world on your team, you might as well give him the reins and let him cook. It's like if Pau Gasol was just like, I'm going to come in, I want to get my same touches, as Kobe, and Kobe is just like, what are you doing, dog? Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the LeBron James side of it. That's the Miami side of it. We'll get let's get into Cleveland real quick.
Yeah,
a little bit more. We already got into it. I think Cleveland would, like you said, would have been a good fit for LeBron in the storybook. Last 2 years, we have time to.
And like we said before, both Miami and Cleveland were kind of like the comfort picks because he's been there before.
Yeah. And I think this time, if it was Cleveland, I think he said, this is his last decision, right? So he's going to retire as Sixer, which I'm like, okay, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It would have been perfect storybook, him retiring as a Cavalier, just because it just closes the book. You know,
it really does. Yeah,
it closes the book if he would have retired a Cavalier. Now, if he retires a Sixer, obviously he'll do the 1-day contract probably and retire as a Cav.
Yeah. I think, but it would have been cooler if he were able to do a year thing instead. Yeah. Oh, we lost Shane for a second. Shane is gone.
We did lose Shane. What was
going on? I don't know. Maybe he's got something going on.
He went somewhere. So so that's the thing with that. So the LeBron side of it, I liked your question about all-time Sixers teams.
Yeah.
I did like that. I like that throw in. I have one. Is this an all-time LeBron team on paper?
Ooh, that's a great question. Yeah. I would say so. I would say it's definitely in that top 3 where the top 2 are his second Cleveland run with Kyrie and K-Love. And then obviously number 1 would be the Heatles. So I feel like just those 2 teams alone. And then maybe – and I know some people would be like, well, why don't you throw the Lakers in there with their 2020 team? I'm just like, yeah, but it was one other all-star and then a really strong bench group.
Yes.
With Howard and Rondo and all those guys. So I just feel like that's more – I think that's the strongest team in terms of depth. But in terms of talent, I think it's definitely the other 3 that I mentioned before.
Yeah. My thing is, I do think this Sixers team could is one of LeBron's best teams that that they have assembled for LeBron James. Obviously the Heatles era with CB, Wade,
that's the Apex,
and that team is top. That will always be the best team.
Yeah, that's a legendary team no matter what.
Yeah, no matter. That's the thing. You got the trio. Then you got Shane Battier. You end up getting Ray Allen in the middle of that run.
And don't forget Mike Miller too.
You get Mike Miller. You have Mike Miller in that run.
I understand. LeBron came onto a podcast last year, and it's just it was just we didn't have that strong of a team or that deep of a team when he was with the Heat. I'm just like, well, to be fair, you did have Ray Allen, Mike Miller, Shane Battier, Udonis Haslem, and then don't forget Norris Cole in there too.
Mario Chalmers. Mario Chalmers. Even though they They always picked on Mario Chalmers. Like those three
Yeah.
guys picked
But
on
look,
Mario.
Mario Chalmers. Hey, look, Mario Chalmers got 2 rings, and
Yeah.
he hit some big shots to win some of those rings. So
Yeah.
whatever. I'm sure he's like, I'm more than okay with being picked on.
And I was like, dang, they picked on Chalmers, which is like that's the thing. He accepted that role before he left.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And what his role was, and he was one of those key contributors. Like Norris Cole. That's the thing about Norris Cole too. Like, you forget, like he was like drafted after the implosion in 11. He was drafted the 11-12 season. Like he was drafted at the 2011 draft, I think it was.
Yeah, I think he was like, he was in the first round. He was a first round pick for them. Yeah. And then obviously we talk about the Cleveland team. I think he had some pretty talented Cleveland teams his second go round. Because I feel like 16, 17. I know people talk about the Warriors and how talented they were, obviously, after they got KD, but you forget that 2017 Cavs team with K-Love and Kyrie, they added some more talent like Korver and others, and they went undefeated in the postseason all the way until the finals, and they were that was a loaded team. I think that was I feel like that's in contention for the best team just because of the depth of talent, and then obviously you had the other 2 all-stars in that starting lineup. So
100%. I mean, those Cleveland teams, top to bottom. Shane, while you were gone, I pitched the question.
Yeah.
Is this Sixers team? Sixers team, we already had the best Sixers all time.
Yeah.
Is this an actual LeBron best all time team?
No, so I was gone.
Okay.
To me,
so you did hear that.
The question to me is simple. Yeah, the question is simple. I know, sports team is still very opinionated, but for me, right now, the LeBron older teams, they're set this way. Best team that 2012. Why?
Yeah.
He claimed every player that was on that team.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just it was the big 3 plus Ray Allen, Mike Miller. Norris Cole.
Yeah, and that team won 30 games straight. So yeah,
exactly. So it was like but so that I went over that, I guess 2016 Cleveland team.
Yes.
Yeah.
You brought up a good point that they didn't ever.
Yeah.
That's about LeBron teams. It's like you get him in the paint, and then you give him shooters to kick.
Yeah.
And J.R. Smith, who
J.R. Smith,
like he wasn't the best player in the world when he was on the team, but he helped a lot. Like, he was there, and
right.
Even Tristan, like, I'm not sure if you got dating a Kardashian boost. Those 2 teams is 1 and 2. Yes, is 1 and 2. I would take the Sixers team over the Lakers because you just had AD with them, some solid pieces.
Yeah, like especially over that 2020 Lakers team, even though they had,
did have some like Pope, but Davis Cole is now in.
Yeah, Sixer. Yeah.
Yes, we forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
He wherever.
Yeah.
He
got his buyout from Memphis, and really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think when you look at the Sixers team, I do think.
Finish your thoughts, Shane.
Yeah, finish your thoughts. It's good. Yeah, I can hold it.
So when I think about this, you could probably argue whether you like the Cleveland. I wouldn't agree, but I could see the argument. I think that you can make a case for any of the other LeBron. No, he went to the first go around Cleveland Cavaliers. No,
you can't do that.
Yeah,
no.
you can't go
to they were decent teams. It was more so like it was just LeBron and like maybe one other all-star like Mo Williams or Zajunas,
Larry Hughes, or
But it was but it wasn't like big stars, like star power to the max like the other teams.
Exactly.
No. Yeah, and I love Zajunas. Yeah. I love Big Z. I love Big Z and LeBron together. I love that duo, but it doesn't compare.
Yeah.
It doesn't compare.
Yeah. Like when you the talent level comparison, no.
Yeah. And the funny thing about who was the team?
Yeah, Mike Brown. Yeah, I know.
Brown.
Mike. Yeah. Now, connecting the dots because the story was in Cleveland. He went to the Lakers, win after 5 games. What does he do?
And then
stays in the NBA, takes over the next.
Yeah. And gets them the championship.
And then wins them their first title in 50 years. I mean, it's just what a great career for him, though.
Yeah, he's won championships as an assistant in Golden State. He's won championships with the Spurs as an assistant.
That too.
And now he gets one as the head coach.
If I want a coaching career, I want a coaching career similar to that, even though he spent most of it as an assistant too, like, obviously with Golden State and San Antonio, but just like think of his coaching career. So he coached LeBron and then he went and coached Kobe.
Yep.
And then obviously was in Golden State assistant coaching with KD, Steph, all that.
Yep.
And then obviously went to Sacramento, coached De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, and then went to New York and then Brunson, Cat. Yep. So like dude's just been like everywhere. And like it feels like he coached almost like at least the biggest stars of the game in Kobe and LeBron. But it's just, I would love to have a coaching career like that, especially like Phil Jackson too, because he coached only 2 teams, but like he coached the 2 greatest franchises ever, like 2 and
the 90s greatest franchise, and you can argue
the greatest franchise ever in the Lakers,
and then in the 2000s, one of the 2000s greatest franchises ever. Like them and the Spurs, the Lakers and Spurs dominated the 2000s. So and then that's the thing about Mike Brown. Like I know we segmented to Mike Brown, and Shane, thank you for that, because we have to talk about Mike Brown and in connection to this Sixers team a little bit too, because Mike Brown has faced a lot of these stars that the Sixers have, and I think Mike Brown knows the counters to every one of those guys.
Yeah.
I think he knows the counters, and that's, and it's going to make these Sixers Knicks games interesting for sure. And he knows LeBron inside and out because he coached him for a long time.
And I think Brown's the only one that has like a really good record against LeBron coaching against him.
Yes.
So, because he knows how to coach against him. He knows his weaknesses and strengths. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the funny connection with the Sixers, and we'll end on this. There was a guy in the Sixers front office. There's a high school pitcher with one of the guys.
Yeah, he was second to LeBron for Mr. Ohio when they were both in high school. Yeah.
Yep. And that connection is like
his name is like Mike something. I forget his last name.
I can't remember what it is off the top of my head right now. We can look it up. I can look it up real quick.
But that was crazy though.
That is a crazy, interesting fact. Let's see.
And I almost wanted to think in my head. I wanted to make a joke and be like, "Oh, that's the reason he signed with Philly, because of that connection."
Yeah, because of that. Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Well, I'm just focusing on his happy. But when I went to Philly, it's like his happiness means being a champion.
Yeah. Yeah, we know what his happiness means.
Mike
Gansey. That roster.
It is. Mike Gansey.
Yeah.
So he played with LeBron, and he played against LeBron in high school.
Yeah, he played against him. Yeah, he finished runner-up for Mr. Ohio basketball for like 3 years straight when LeBron was in high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is crazy. That is a crazy situation. Obviously, Bob Myers was a key influence too with his front office pedigree of leading that Warriors dynasty for so long.
Yeah.
So that's that side of it. And also got to think about it like this too. And I'll finally wrap it up here. On this point, because when you look at the details of LeBron James and his career in the long term, his family matters to him a lot. And he finally got the okay to do this decision because of his family. He got Savannah on board. He got Bronny on board. He got Bryce on board. And the most important one was his 12-year-old Zuri James.
Yeah.
That was the most important one, I felt like, when it came to this decision, because she's still in that, that age range where it affects her life. Doesn't really affect Bronny because Bronny's still with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Bryce can easily, he's still at University of Arizona basketball.
Yeah. He's still in college. Yeah.
He's still in college, so he's doing his thing. Zuri's in middle school, high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has to think about Zuri James in this, and it's just, is she going to stay in LA with there, or I don't think.
I've seen reports that he's gonna live in New York and take a chopper because it's a 45-minute chopper ride to Philly every game. And to that I say, LeBron, don't get on that freaking chopper. We know how that ends. So don't do that. Buy a house somewhere in Philly. I'm sure there's a great house area that you can find in Philly that's within your price range that you want. Obviously, you're a millionaire, so whatever price range you feel like.
Jersey thing. If he did the South Jersey thing,
South Jersey or that too. But still, LeBron, don't get on that freaking chopper, man.
He probably did. Here's the thing: he took that advice probably from JJ, because that's what JJ did. When he lived
I can see that.
He lived in New York when he was playing for the Sixers.
But ever since Kobe, no, don't get on that chopper.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But
and also I see, like, literally I watch the nightly news every night, and there's always a freaking helicopter crashing in New York. So I'm just like, don't do it. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Don't take that risk. I agree. We'll see what happens. I hope LeBron, but LeBron's going to enjoy his time in Philly. I think he'll have a good time. I think he'll appreciate himself with the city. He'll probably be at several Eagles games this year. Which leads to my transition to the end of the show. With LeBron may be at Eagles games. We're about to start training camps. They already have started.
Yes.
For several teams. The Eagles start theirs tomorrow. With the news of LeBron being in Philly is electrified that city, and the players, gonna already have their thoughts on it. There's the Eagles admit team is in the league, in the NFL. Biased when I say that, but not biased because it's.
Oh, you're not wrong. Even as an Eagles fan myself, you're not wrong.
True. Yeah. Sure.
But as I was saying, we are about to start the first episode this upcoming Wednesday of the NFL show. I'll come up with the name on the fly over these next couple of days. I still haven't come up with.
We'll group project that out.
Yeah, we'll group project that out together. Us three and Chris Chris will also be on the show with us.
Yeah.
On there. Us four. To start, and then I might bring in a couple more guests might bring in some more guests.
We'll make it more of like a roundtable thing.
More roundtable NFL show. Yep. We'll see what happens with that. But the first episode was just us four that you saw in the Home Run Derby episode. Or the live stream for that, the reaction to that. It'll be us four talking football. Talking NFL news leading up to training camp and training camp thoughts.
Maybe a little bit of fantasy stuff since that's about to kick off too.
We'll have a full fantasy segment on that show. So tune in Wednesday around 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, I would say, or maybe 7:15, depending on how our schedules align. That is the plan.
Yeah.
On YouTube at Ellis Highlight Reel, on TikTok at Ellis Highlight Reel, and the personal Facebook page at Brandon Ellis. Same streaming as we've been on for the Off the Wall and Limitless basketball shows. That will be the locations. As you know, I'll also have the reels on TikTok and Instagram. As I mentioned earlier in the show, obviously Ellis Highlight Reel on TikTok, _BLS32 on Instagram. Also follow me on X at 30BEllis as well. So that's the socials I have. Also, ellishighlightreel.wordpress.com will be getting some stuff up tomorrow. Yeah. Might get one up tomorrow, and mainly Thursday and Friday this week. We'll be pumping some stuff out on the article side. I'm going to sit down after I finally got some clips out. I finally got some more clips out, and I was like, all right, now I have a thing to get the clips, circulating again. So I don't have to worry about sitting down and editing as much. I can just do my thing with writing after that. And also Friday, I'll share more on this on Wednesday's show, but Friday will be my own, just me. If you want more of me, just me, myself, it'll be me around noon. And I'm still coming up workshopping that name myself, but I'm thinking, Ellis Highlight Reel noon, the noon dash or something like that. This is what I'm thinking for that Friday show. It'll be around noon, 1 o'clock, afternoon kind of show. Talking about my personal teams, the area that I'm in, sports and stuff like that. So that'd be a fun show. So, but yeah, let me get it over to my Total Apex guys and to promote their stuff.
All right, I'll go first. You can find me at JDPerrine24 on Instagram. You can also find me at totalapexsports.com. Just type my name into Google, be the first thing that pops up. You can go to my page, has all the articles I've ever written for Total Apex up there. I think it's about 200 something. So you have plenty to choose from on there, and then hopefully more to come. I've been lazy a little bit on that, so I'm going to try and get back into the workflow on that. Shane, you want to give your stuff?
Yeah, you can find my stuff Apex .sports.com. Well, I've also been a little bit slacking on the as well. Blame Pal World for coming out 1.0 update and taking all my free time.
Yeah.
You can find my you can find me like that. And you can find me like that. It's formerly known as Twitter. Like it said, fans year. So look, all that. It's gonna such a really. I'm more excited.
Yes. As that Avengers Doomsday trailer came out too last week, we're evolving here. Like we're actually evolving. It's gonna be interesting because we are like the Hall H set at Marvel was electric, came out with great stuff, and I'm hoping to give you a similar experience, but not to that level because like I can't compete with Marvel Entertainment.
No.
But at the same time, I'm hoping I can give my audience a similar experience to the reaction, especially with brand new data.
I think both of you could grab the hammer.
Yes,
maybe. Would be like, they can have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Shane, are you saying you're
bringing up Thor's hammer? Watch the trailer.
Yes. Watch the trailer.
Are you saying you're not worthy, Shane?
Yeah.
You're not worthy of the hammer, Shane?
Probably.
Oh, he's got to talk to Owen first. I love it.
So probably not.
Yeah, no, but
yeah.
same time, yeah, that's
I think
good.
it's because you're a Celtics fan. He might not be like,
You're a Boston sports fan. That's
yeah,
what
he's
it
a
is.
Boston
Paul
sports fan. He's
George.
like, yeah.
All right.
He might give it to you out of pity. He'll be like, yeah, I'll let you lift it up just because they traded for Paul George. Yeah, we'll let that. We'll let you pick it up. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what
All right, guys.
all I need to talk.
That's all we need. Yes. All right.
What TikTok?
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week on Limitless Range Basketball. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out.